Our planet is a stage for some of the most breathtaking spectacles imaginable. Throughout the course of history, humanity has gathered in enormous numbers, for celebration, for protest, for pilgrimage. We might think of a stadium filled with 100,000 cheering fans, or a city, square, packed with 1 million souls, as the pinnacle of a mass gathering. But these events, however impressive they may seem to us, are utterly dwarfed by the assemblies that occur in the natural world. Here, life congregates on a scale that defies our comprehension, creating living, breathing phenomena that can stretch for hundreds of kilometers and involve numbers that reach into the trillions. These are not mere collections of individuals. They are superorganisms, moving with a single unified purpose, driven by the ancient rhythms of survival, migration, and reproduction. From the depths of the oceans to the vast open skies, animals come together in numbers that can alter landscapes and darken the sun. The sheer biomass, the collective energy of these gatherings, is a force of nature in itself, a testament to the prolific power of life on Earth. They are fleeting, powerful, and often, tragically, a memory of a world that once was, a world of unimaginable abundance. It leads one to wonder, what are the true limits of these natural assemblies? When we look back through the annals of natural history and peer into the hidden corners of our world today, what are the largest, most awe-inspiring wildlife spectacles ever recorded? The answers are not just numbers, but stories of survival, extinction, and the intricate web of life that connects us all. Join me as we explore these monumental gatherings, the greatest crowds ever to grace our planet. Our journey begins not with what is, but with what was. In the year 1875, the American Midwest bore witness to a biological event of such biblical proportions that it remains to this day the largest single congregation of animal life ever officially recorded. This was the swarm of the Rocky Mountain locust, a species we will never see again. It was named Albert's swarm, after the physician who calculated its unbelievable scale. It was a living, breathing cloud of insects that blotted out the sun for days on end, a relentless moving river of life that descended upon the Great Plains. Its sound was described as a deafening roar, a combination of 1 billion tiny wings and the gnashing of countless mandibles. Imagine a swarm so vast it covered an area of land larger than the state of California, stretching for nearly 2,000 kilometers in length and over 180 kilometers wide. Dr. Albert Brewer, using telegraph reports and mathematical calculations, estimated its population at a staggering 12.5 trillion individual locusts. This is a number so large it is difficult for the human mind to grasp. It's more than 1,000 times the number of humans currently alive on Earth. This was not just a swarm, it was a moving continent of insects, weighing, by some estimates, over 27 million tons. They consumed everything in their path. The swarm descended upon farms and settlements, stripping fields of crops down to the bare soil in a matter of hours. They ate the wool from sheep's backs, the leather from harnesses, the paint from fences, and even the clothes off washing lines. It was a natural disaster on an unprecedented scale, a force that reshaped the lives of all who witnessed it. And yet, in a turn of events that remains a profound ecological mystery, within just 3 decades, this creature, which had existed in numbers beyond counting, vanished from the face of the Earth entirely. Its extinction serves as a stark reminder of the fragility that can lie hidden beneath a veneer of overwhelming abundance. From a vanished spectacle on land, we travel to the frigid, life-giving waters of the Antarctic. Here, beneath the ice-strewn surface of the Southern Ocean, exists the engine of this entire ecosystem. It is a creature of minuscule size, the Antarctic krill. Individually, one of these small, shrimp-like crustaceans is almost insignificant, but when they gather, they create a living mass so dense and so expansive that it can be seen from space. These are the greatest biomasses of a single species on the planet today, forming swarms that are simply colossal in their scope. They are, in essence, the beating heart of the Antarctic. A single krill swarm can stretch for more than 20 kilometers, a swirling, pulsating river of pink and red that colors the ocean. The density of these swarms is astonishing, with up to 30,000 individual krill packed into a single cubic meter of water. It's estimated that a large swarm can contain well over 2 trillion individuals, a gathering that rivals the legendary Locust Plagues of the past. The collective weight of such a gathering is almost impossible to fathom, a living island, moving through the dark, cold waters, feeding on the microscopic phytoplankton that flourish in the brief Antarctic summer. The importance of these gatherings cannot be overstated. This immense concentration of protein and fat is the primary food source for a staggering array of life. Media group, blue whale feeding in krill-rich waters, mixed Antarctic wildlife feeding frenzy stock distribute equally. The great baleen whales, including the blue whale, the largest animal that has ever lived, depend almost entirely on these krill swarms. They are the fuel for seals, penguins, squid, and countless species of fish and seabirds. The krill swarm is not just a gathering, it is a mobile feast, a transfer of energy on a planetary scale. The health of these swarms is directly linked to the health of the entire Antarctic, and indeed, the global ocean system. They are a cornerstone of life in one of the world's last great wildernesses. The specter of the locust swarm is not merely a ghost from the past. In our own time, from 2019 to 2022, parts of East Africa, the Middle East and Asia experienced a terrifying echo of Albert's swarm. This time, it was the desert locust, a cousin of the Rocky Mountain species. Propelled by unusual climate conditions, including heavy rains that created a perfect breeding ground, their populations exploded. The resulting swarms were of a magnitude not seen in generations, a stark and humbling reminder that nature's most overwhelming forces can be reawakened. These were not gatherings of trillions, but they were formidable nonetheless. Swarms in this recent plague were recorded covering areas of over 2,000 square kilometers, a single moving mass of insects the size of a major city. One swarm in Kenya was reported to be 60 kilometers long and 40 kilometers wide. Within these swarms, the numbers were astronomical, reaching up to 70 billion individual locusts. A swarm of this size can consume the same amount of food in a single day as 3.5 million people, laying waste to the crops and pasture land that millions of people depend upon for their very survival. The sound, once again, was described as a disquieting, all-encompassing roar. For the communities in their path, it was a crisis of devastating proportions. The swarms moved relentlessly, traveling up to 150 kilometers a day, crossing borders and overwhelming any attempts to control them. It was a multi-front war fought with aircraft and ground teams against a mobile, ever-multiplying force of nature. This event highlights the delicate balance of our global ecosystems. A shift in weather patterns in one part of the world can unleash a biological catastrophe thousands of kilometers away, demonstrating that even in the 21st century, we are still profoundly subject to the immense and sometimes destructive power of the natural world. Just a decade before the Great Locust Plague, North America witnessed another spectacle of life, this one taking to the skies. It was a gathering of the passenger pigeon. Today, the name is, pretty much synonymous with extinction, a symbol of humanity's destructive power. But back in 1866, it was a symbol of nature's limitless abundance. In southern Ontario, a flock was observed that was described not as a flock, but as a living river flowing across the sky. It was a single, continuous, and unbroken column of birds, so vast and dense that honestly, it took hours, and in some cases days, to pass a single point. The scale of this ornithological event, recorded by reliable observers, is almost beyond belief. The flock was estimated to be about 1.6 kilometers wide and a staggering 482 kilometers long. It moved like a torrid river, darkening the sky as if by an eclipse. The number of birds within this single column was calculated to be around 3.5 billion. That's more birds than the entire current-day avian population of North America, all flying together in one unified, continent-spanning entity. The sound of their wing beats was a low, rolling thunder, and their roosting sites were scenes of chaos, where the sheer weight of their numbers could break the branches of mature trees. Their droppings fell like a snowstorm, covering the forest floor, and the noise was so immense that conversation was impossible. This was their strength and their weakness. They gathered in such numbers to breed and to overwhelm predators, a strategy of safety in numbers taken to its absolute extreme. But this very trait made them tragically easy targets for an industrializing human population. They were hunted on a massive scale, their nesting sites destroyed. In a few short decades, they went from being possibly the most numerous bird on Earth to complete extinction. The last one, Martha, died alone in a zoo in 1914. Their story is, I think, the ultimate cautionary tale of how quickly uncountable can become none. While the passenger pigeon is gone, the title of most numerous bird on Earth was not left vacant. That distinction now belongs to a small, unassuming finch-like bird from Africa, the red-billed quailea. It is a creature that has earned a formidable nickname, the Feathered Locust. This is not a term of endearment. It's a name born of respect and, well, fear, for the quailea gathers in flocks of such density and size that they rival the insect swarms for which they are named. They are a constant, dynamic, and often destructive presence across much of sub-Saharan Africa. The quailea's strategy for survival is, simply, overwhelming numbers. While they don't form single flocks of billions like the passenger pigeon, their breeding colonies and feeding flocks are still monumental. A single roosting or nesting site can contain tens of millions of birds. When they take to the air, it is a swirling, chaotic, yet somehow coordinated maelstrom of wings. The flocks move like a liquid, pouring over the savanna, a dark, shape-shifting cloud that can stretch for kilometers. The sound is a high-pitched, deafening cacophony of a million tiny voices and a million pairs of wings. Like locusts, their immense numbers pose a serious threat to agriculture. A flock of 2 million quailea can consume up to 20 tons of grain in a single day. For farmers, the arrival of a quailea flock can mean total ruin, the loss of an entire season's harvest in a matter of hours. They descend on fields of millet, sorghum, and wheat with a devastating efficiency, stripping the seed heads bare. This constant conflict with humanity has led to large-scale control efforts. Yet the quailea population remains robust, estimated at around 1.5 billion individuals. They are a testament to the power of procreation, a feathered plague that continues to thrive on the African plains. Our final journey takes us to a place of perpetual darkness, the deep ocean. Here, in the twilight and midnight zones, lives what is thought to be the most numerous vertebrate on the entire planet. It is not a whale, or a shark, or a great surface-dwelling fish. It is a small, unassuming creature known as the bristlemouth. These fish, rarely more than a few centimeters long, exist in numbers that are, honestly, truly astronomical. They are the silent, unseen majority of the vertebrate world, a global population that could number in the quadrillions. That is a 1, followed by 15 zeros. Bristlemouths are a cornerstone of the deep-sea ecosystem. They undertake a vast vertical migration each day, rising from the depths at night to feed in the richer surface waters, and descending back into the crushing darkness as dawn approaches. This daily movement is the largest migration by biomass on Earth, happening every single day, all across the world's oceans. While we cannot see them form a single, contiguous swarm like locusts, it is almost certain that they school in numbers that would dwarf any other gathering of backboned animals, with trillions of individuals, likely moving in coordinated shoals through the abyss. What makes these gatherings even more ethereal is that bristlemouths are bioluminescent. They possess rows of tiny light-producing organs called photophores along their bodies. In the inky blackness of the deep, a school of bristlemouths would not be a dark mass, but a shimmering mobile galaxy of faint, greenish-blue lights. A living constellation, moving silently through the abyss. They are a reminder that the greatest spectacles of life on our planet may not be those that darken the sun, but those that illuminate the deepest, darkest corners of our world, unseen by human eyes. A hidden global superorganism of light. From the sun-blotting swarms of a long-extinct locust to the silent, glowing galaxies of fish in the deep ocean, the scale of life on Earth is, well, truly humbling. These gatherings, numbering in the billions, trillions, and even quadrillions, are more than just large numbers. They are the engines of ecosystems, the drivers of planetary-scale migrations, and a testament to the raw, creative, and sometimes overwhelming power of nature. They operate on a scale so far beyond our own human experience that they force us to reconsider our place in the world, reminding us that we are but one small part of a much grander, more complex and more wondrous biological story. The stories of the passenger pigeon and the Rocky Mountain locust also carry a somber warning. They teach us that even the most seemingly infinite abundance can be fragile, that countless can vanish in the blink of an ecological eye. These great spectacles are not guaranteed to last forever. They depend on a delicate balance of climate, habitat, and a functioning food web. Protecting these phenomena means protecting the intricate systems that allow them to exist, ensuring that future generations can also stand in awe of the sheer, unfathomable abundance of life. The world is filled with countless other stories of a similar scale and wonder, hidden in the jungles, beneath the sands, and in the depths of the sea. The narrative of our planet is one of constant discovery, and there is always more to learn, more to see, and more to be amazed by. We invite you to continue this journey of exploration with us, to uncover more of the treasures our natural world holds. Thank you for watching.